Plaintiff Charley Pardon claims he loaned his best friend money after the defendant's theater company fell on hard times. Once inseparable, now they no longer speak. He's here to cut the drama and collect what he is owed. Defendant Michael Guerrero claims the plaintiff knew the loan was an investment in the theater company and has destroyed his life with his demands for repayment. Now the theater company is dead and buried, along with Charley's chances of ever getting his money back.
Charley, that's what they call you? Okay.
Yes.
You are suing Michael because you say he owes you $1,900 for an unpaid personal loan.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, go ahead, Charley.
I met Michael. He was with his partner, who was a performance artist, and my wife made friends with their family and started as a babysitter, and then my wife ended up being in some of the performances.
So this was like a theater company.
It's like a theater, but it's more freestyle performance. It's very big in Europe.
Okay, let's take a look at this.
Unlike a nightingale who killed the children, crying to everyone outside, which used to be my father's door. Hades for 70 Hermes, and you lethal curses. I scream out loud, you curses who can kill. And you furious, your daughters of Zeus, who strike when you see an innocent life taken. Or cutting my flea and love your to her bed. Furies, help me if it's my father, death, give me back my brother. I lack the strength to keep my dream. I need help.
Was that the audience member screaming? Well, that is avant-garde,
Yes.
is what you would say.
Yes.
Okay. So getting to the case, you all were together in the production of this?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So what happened?
So like I said, we were, our families were very close.
Yes.
We traveled together. We went to Sweden and Switzerland and Austria to do these shows. They treated us like family, and we tried to do the same. We had Thanksgiving at their house. We would go to their kids'.
You mean the defendant's house?
Yes, yes. We would go to their kids' birthday parties, and his daughter was the flower girl at my wife and I's wedding.
Got it.
And you know, every time we look back at our wedding booklet, you know, it hurts because we see those photos, and you know, that was such a huge part of our life, and it's no longer there.
Okay, how did this money transaction come about?
Michael came to me. He said he was having a lot of financial problems. He was struggling a lot, and could he borrow some money from me to pay his personal debts to help support his family?
Your Honor, it's a nice story, but it's just not true. If there's someone who owes him $1,900, it's the theater company. It's not me. It wasn't a personal loan. It wasn't for my family expenses. He made a loan to the theater company. That was very helpful.
So he originally asked for $2,000.
Yes.
I went to my wife and I said, listen, Michael asked me for some money. I don't know what to do. What do you think? And she said, we should give him more. So we actually gave him $3,000
Okay.
as a personal loan. And if you can look at Exhibit
Objection, Your Honor.
C, this is the original check that I wrote to Michael.
For $3,000, I see that here.
If you look at Exhibit D, this is a text message from me to Michael. And he says, hello, Charley. I feel a moral obligation to repay the $3,000 personal loan you lent me. Personal loan, not a business loan.
Yeah.
Your Honor.
Yeah, well, it's pretty, I mean, it's a personal check. You say it's a personal loan.
Personal because we were friends. Personal because he trusted me. But he was helping the theater company.
I wasn't helping
That's
the
who
theater
should be
company.
here. The theater company should be here, not
I was
me.
helping Michael.
Charley, you
helping
lost
Michael
some
pay
money. I
his
lost
rent.
everything. The theater company fell apart. My relationship, my kids are suffering.
Yes, your
I don't
partner
have-
is volatile.
Did you sue his partner?
I didn't sue his partner because I don't think I'll ever get the money from her.
He just wants the money.
Their company has dissolved.
Oh, well,
The theater company was in a really tight spot. I ran the theater company as the production manager.
yes.
Charley and his wife were in the theater company as performers.
Yes.
They were close friends. We worked closely together. We spent a lot of time together on the road.
Yep.
They saw the finances and the way the business model worked. He was well aware of the risks and the fragility.
So the debate then is not the amount of money. The point of contention is you're saying it was a personal loan to him, and you're saying, yes, he did transfer the money to you, but it was an investment in the company.
Correct. You're
It
right.
was a personal loan. It was a theater company, but it wasn't a company. There was no LLC. It wasn't a corporation.
It was a company.
And you can see in some of the exhibits, especially in emails back and forth between Michael and I, that say things like, you know, I'm very uncomfortable keeping the secret from your partner.
Why did you not want your partner to know about it?
Well, my partner was very volatile, as you saw in the video.
Oh, she was the one screaming?
She was one of the ones screaming, yeah. And my role was the production manager, and I was in charge of all the finances, and I was very sensitive to emotional triggers. And if she knew that the company needed a loan from her close friends, that would have made her very uncomfortable. And in fact, before the company fell apart, our relationship with Charlie and his wife fell apart because they started demanding the money and told my ex about the money, and that created new problems.
And then if you go through Exhibit C, you can see the payments that happened over the years, a lot of times $100 at a time.
How much in total did he pay you back?
$1,100.
Okay, so that's why you're suing for $1,900?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, what I noticed here, because I have copies of you paying back $100 at a time, which
Yep.
was the arrangement, but the check, Michael, is written on your personal account. So you're writing the check not from this entity, but from you personally, which makes it look like a personal loan.
I understand why that misconception could happen, but I also want to point out, I don't know the dates of the checks that you're looking at, but there are sort of two phases. I did make payments before the end of the theater company, and then maybe a year later, Charlie approached me, and I saw on Instagram that they were expecting a child, and he asked me about paying it. Again, it was a real shoestring operation, the theater company, and I made business payments from a personal check, and I wish I hadn't done that.
It sounds to me like you're four basically friends, and the company needed some help, he needed some help. But the point is, and the reason why I have to make this decision, Michael, is it was a personal loan. It may have been because the company was in trouble, but there are too many factors which say this was personal. The fact that you kept it quiet, the fact that the checks were written on your account. I mean, if this was clearly a business loan, I would have no trouble dismissing this case and saying this was an investment, it didn't work out. I get that. But this was, I've got some personal needs now, help me out. And if it's an investment, that's a serious business arrangement. If it's a business that has tax consequences, that has a repayment schedule, that isn't, an investment isn't just, yeah, I'll invest. It's very specific. This is a personal loan of friends. And from your texts, from the written check, it all sounds that it was just two friends involved in the same enterprise, helping each other out. You know, you were paying it $100 a month back.
I was paying because
Okay.
because I wanted to try and repair the relationship.
I understand the motives.
There was
I'm
no
not
reason
saying-
to repair.
He
I'm not
even
saying
just
you're a
said the
bad
reason I'm
person.
here is because I'm the trustworthy one. He said, "Oh, I couldn't sue her because I wouldn't get any money."
I
couldn't sue her.
understand
I
your
don't know what
motivation.
advantage of
Okay,
you-
I understand the motivation. I'm saying when I look at this and I know what an investment is and the legal requirements of an investment, none of them are here. But everything that points to a personal loan, for even if it is to help out in a business, it's still a personal loan. I find for the plaintiff in the sum of $1,900.
One more thing, Your Honor.
No, I just ruled for you.
Oh, stop talking. Thank you.
Learn how to say yes.